Well, Lamar has to go extra time to find the win column this week, but came up a bit short. Welcome to the Lamar Basketball Show with head coach Tick Price. The Cardinals in Central Arkansas at the Montaigne Center, coach, and plenty of twists and turns in this game and a lot of basketball for the fans.
It was a lot of excitement. You saw one of the best scorers in college basketball, and Howard kid. He's like fourth in the nation, averaged 25 points a game. But I thought Zori Bosha really made it very difficult for him, even though he had 25. They were a tough 25, 27 points. He scored 27, but he took 25 shots to get there. And Zori really gave him the length that he has. He used it well and forced him to take some very difficult shots.
There were 161 shots taken in this game on Saturday against Central Arkansas. Well, the Bears made a few more than the Cardinals did. But let's check out the highlights from this game at the Montaigne Center. It goes 2 overtimes. The score was tied 15 times. The lead changed hands 16 times, Coach. So it was back and forth. And early on, Josh and Zekor, 4 out of 5 from the floor early on, made a nice pass coming up here to cutting Colton Weisbrod for 2 more. But then he got in foul trouble, and that seemed to maybe change the complexion a little bit.
Yeah, but I thought Colton put us on his back. He was a very, very tough matchup for them. They went big. He was able to step out, knock some shots down. When he went small on him, he was able to post up. He controlled the paint, but we certainly missed Josh. You know, when you got those 2 inside, it makes it very difficult to guard for our opponent. Plus, we got to make those 3-point shots. We missed shots that we normally make. 2 3-point extraordinaires in Nick God and James Harrison. Just wasn't their night. But those days going to come. But that's when you got to lock down defensively. When those shots are not falling, you got to make your stops.
In the second half, a chance to make a few runs at him. There's some nice off the bench play from Jordan Foster. You have a freshman there who's learning trial by fire.
Yeah, Jordan has really come around for us. We asked him to use that big body to rebound and play some interior defense. You watch him in practice, and he's just coming every day. Guys earn their playing time in practice, and he certainly has done that. He gives us a presence in the paint with a shot blocker. There's Colton Weisbrod again with a nice post move. He's got a good feel for the game. Good feet, good hand-eye coordination, and knows how to use his body. Yep,
38 points, a career high for Colton in this game. Senior out of Nederland High School. And there's a big 3 by Joey Frenchwood there toward the end of that regulation. And then it goes to overtime, another overtime, but the final score in this game, Coach, 100-91, Central Arkansas over the Cardinals. Lamar shot only 13% from the 3-point line. We talked about the struggles from the 3-point line, and 1 of 11 in the overtimes as well. So that was some cold shooting, unfortunately, at the wrong time. You did have 20 offensive rebounds, Coach, in that game, so that's always promising. If you're going to miss some outside shots, crash the glass and get some second chance points.
Yeah, well, we always look at that as one of the first stats, effort areas. And I thought we controlled the boards. Colton had 11 points to go with those 38 points. That Nederland Bulldog was barking on the other night.
He was. Also, Zori Bosha had 11 points in that game, along with Tori Noel.
Yeah.
Both had 11 in that game. And Lamar now goes to 2-2 in conference play.
Yeah, well, you know, the thing about going 2-2, the plan was to go 4-0. We fell short, but we still in the middle part of our season. We've got some games that we're looking at. We've got to win to keep us as a threat to be at the top of the conference. We got a real tough opponent coming up. We certainly got to be ready for them.
And that will be Incarnate Word coming up this coming week. Let's talk a little bit of Lamar basketball history, shall we? We enjoy doing this each and every week, don't we? Here's the Howell Furniture trivia question. Take a look at this, because it's pretty interesting. Only 2 Cardinals have ever scored 50 or more points in a game. This kind of reminds me of Colton's run at 38 the other night, still 12 points off hitting that 50 mark. Who are they? A couple of outstanding Lamar players. We'll check with the answer coming up in a little bit. I know you want to think about that, don't you?
I already know.
Do you know?
Yeah.
So you know Lamar Cardinal basketball. All right, Coach, here's a look at the Southland Conference standings through a couple of weeks of league play. Right now, the defending champions, New Orleans and Southeastern Louisiana, off to a quick start. Both these teams are unbeaten in conference play. New Orleans now at 4-0, Southeastern Louisiana at 3-0, Nicholls State at 3-1, Stephen F. Austin, Sam Houston State at 2-1, and there's Lamar and a gackle of three other teams at 2-2, Coach.
Yeah, well, we really don't like being in a gackle of anybody. Obviously, we want to be at the #1 spot, but we got to keep winning. And those teams that's ahead of us, we've got to beat those teams and see if we can maybe knock them down as we move up. But you talking about Southeast Louisiana and New Orleans, their teams are playing well. They're the two hottest teams in the conference. And we've got to make sure that at least we got Southeast Louisiana. We played them last year. They're a veteran team. They're very similar to us. They ran, some of their sets is very similar to ours. So we kind of know each other. That's the thing about conference. The coaches know each other, the teams know each other. The conference play is a lot tougher, more competitive, and it just comes down to who passes the toughness test.
And looking at the standings there, I believe the top 8 teams, 7 of the 8 have winning 500 or better records, except for New Orleans, who's now leading the league.
Yeah. Well, you know, I think a lot of people underestimated New Orleans. What they're talented in is just giving great effort. They give great effort. You got to exceed that effort if you're going to have an opportunity to win.
Okay, when we come back, we'll have more of the Lamar Cardinal basketball show with head coach Tick Price. We'll also hear from one of the outstanding players for the Cardinals, and we'll go behind the scenes. You won't want to miss this. Who is the neatest guy on the team? I don't mean neat as in like really cool, but neat as in keeping his area clean. You'll find out coming up.
Lamar University basketball with Coach Tick Price. Brought to you by Provost Humphrey Law Firm, ExxonMobil, Kinsell Toyota, Howell Furniture Gallery, Bob Wortham, Raymond James Financial, and Susan and Roger McCurry.
This is electricity. This is a power plant. This is Tim Barkholtz.
That's me.
This is something he's researching at ExxonMobil, using fuel cells to capture carbon emissions at power plants.
This is the potential.
Reducing CO2 emissions by up to 90%, while also producing more power.
This could be big.
Energy lives here.
Provost Humphrey has spent over 45 years fighting for those suffering from diseases caused by benzene and related chemicals. Today, we continue those efforts by representing workers in the oil, maritime, and shipping industries.
Companies have known for decades that benzene exposure can cause leukemia, myelodysplastic syndrome, and other blood cancers.
Our firm has the assets, resources, and knowledge to stand head-to-head with industry and get you answers and the justice you deserve.
Provost Humphrey, hard-working lawyers for hard-working people.
Hat maker Vincent Brimble prospered in the town of Hattington. Never flashy, he only made the classic bowler. Then suddenly the day's trend became preposterously tall. His Raymond James financial advisor reminded him that focusing on the long term is always fashionable. The fad was indeed a passing one. His patience paid off, allowing him to one day hang up his hat with confidence. Life well planned. See what a Raymond James advisor can do for you.
Hi, I'm Susan McCurry.
I'm Roger McCurry, and we love our Lamar Cardinals. Show your support for the team this season.
Come join the fun and find out what a great team we have.
Lamar basketball is the best ticket in town, and the LU spirit is fantastic.
Go Cards!
2 powerful teams are now one. Lamar men's basketball and Howell Furniture, a winning combination. Howell Furniture is a proud sponsor of Lamar University basketball with Coach Tick Price. Go Cards!
We are back with the Lamar Cardinal basketball show with head coach Tick Price. Coach, scheduling in the Southland is once again a bit unusual. Remember last year the league experimented with home and home men and women doubleheaders that would have you on the road for 2 straight weeks. They've changed it up now where you have even a weekend off, which is somewhat unusual, especially on a Saturday. How have you adjusted to the new scheduling? Is this something you like?
Well, we've changed scheduling maybe two times in the last 3 years. We had a part schedule, and that required a lot of travel on Thursdays and Saturdays. Our guys would get back in about 3, sometimes 4 o'clock in the morning, then was expected to go to class for an 8 o'clock class. And then when they go to sleep in class, the professors like you, they made it hard on those guys. But the men coaches voted on, let's go back to the original schedule, which we would play on Wednesdays and Saturdays. No double hitters except for on some Saturdays. And so, everybody has to adjust. We all have to make that long trip. The teams in the East have to go all the way to the West. So we're somewhere kind of in the middle. Yeah. But it's a tough turnaround when you have to go, say you play in Abilene, and then on Wednesday, and then you have to go all the way back to southeastern Louisiana on Saturday. And so you have to adjust. You have to be mentally tough and focused and making sure your players are taking care of their bodies and getting their rest. And it comes down to everybody pretty much have to do the same thing. And just only the strong survive in this business. That's
right. And full disclosure, I do teach a sportscasting class at Lamar as an adjunct professor. I welcome your players anytime in my class.
Thank you.
Yeah, it'd be nice. I've actually had a couple of them. Well, time again to name this week's Provost Umphrey Player of the Week. Only one game, and it was a big one individually for Lamar senior Colton Weisbrod. Weisbrod goes for 38 points in the double overtime loss to Central Arkansas. Weisbrod goes for 11 of 17, 16 of 22 from the free throw line, and he grabbed 11 rebounds in the game. It was Colton's 6th double-double of the season, the 38 points, a career high for him.
Man, that was an awesome display. He put all his moves together. He got going. I think he got a little bit winded. I asked him, "You okay?" He said, "Yeah, I'm fine," but they couldn't guard him. And if anybody missed that show on the other night against Central Arkansas, and then you had the Howard kid on the other team, and they had the little guard over there, the little point guard who had a triple-double.
First one since Scottie Pippen in that school's history. Yeah. I found that rather interesting, 1987.
Yeah, he's a youngster too. He's got a great future ahead of him.
Yeah.
So it was a great display of offense, and at the end of the day, wish we could get that one back. We let that slip. All of our guys, and as well as our coaching staff, felt it shouldn't have even gotten to overtime. But, we always say you can add wins, but you can't subtract losses. So hopefully we can learn from that and move forward.
Okay, the only thing missing from Colton's arsenal the other day was his newfound three-point shot.
Oh, it's not new to us. We all know he can shoot. We see him make them in practice as the opponents. For some reason, they think that he's only locked inside.
Right.
And once he drilled a couple of those jumpers, he worked on that this summer. That what you see in his three-point shooting, his mid-range shooting, it comes from working hard in the summertime.
Right. All right. Well, we like to take you behind the scenes on occasion, do we not? And today we do. Into the Cardinal locker room. This is not about X's and O's. This is about who keeps a clean house and who doesn't. Lamar Cardinal reporter Tiara Bilyeu takes us straight to the Cardinal lockers to find out who's messy and who's not.
It's probably Colton. Yeah, his bad. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Colton. Colton got pre-workouts stacked up in his locker.
Everything in his locker.
His locker? Oh man.
I say Avery Sullivan.
Avery. I say Avery.
I say Avery Sullivan.
Probably Joe French, man.
Yeah, Joey French.
He got a lot of stuff in there.
His shoes all over the place.
Yes.
Joey pretty got he got lots of locker too. It ain't messy though, but he
that's
got
not as messy as Avery. I don't think.
Avery.
You do. You have stuff everywhere. You have stuff everywhere. Oh. I think you got bars in there from last year.
For me.
All right, but I don't want that part of the video. I don't like that's really like clearly me. Like it's not.
I didn't even really notice that. That's not yours, bro. You got stuff everywhere.
Yeah, I'm clean with it when I get back. He just throws stuff everywhere.
Oh, he just have everything in his locker.
I like
his whole room is in his locker. Like,
yeah,
so he can stay the night in the locker room and be perfectly fine. Like, he'd be good.
For messy locker?
Yes.
I got shoes everywhere.
I know it's so clear cut though.
Damn,
I gotta do something about this. That's not.
They're just hating on the shoe game.
It's the shoe game. They be hating. They don't hate on the shoes. They gonna hate on the kicks. It's the kicks. We gonna go with the kicks.
Yeah.
Clean team.
Mean team. Supreme team. Dream team.
Y'all got me up here with these two goofballs.
All right, then. So I guess we have, it looks like Joey Frenchwood is Mr. Messy.
Well, they say it's Joy, but I say it's a tie by about 15 guys. All 15 are pretty. They don't keep a neat locker.
Okay, well, we'll leave that up to you to figure that out, right?
Well, this is easy.
For the moms.
All we got to do is get on the line until you guys decide to clean that locker room up. So I appreciate you running that. Now I know what I need to do tomorrow.
And I've run those lines with you. It's not easy. It's not easy. You get tired till you get tired, right? We'll run till you get tired. All right, before we go to break, let's go to our Kinsel Toyota social media question of the day. Sherry Scott is asking, how did the late stretch of road games before and after Christmas help or hurt the team? Thank you, Sherry, for playing along, Coach.
I think that we did get a little bit road weary. I was hoping it would help us because every team had a different style of play. And when we get in conference play, we play a lot of different styles. But we got tired going down the stretch, especially when we left from Pittsburgh to go to the West Coast to Vegas. I thought we played with tired legs and we didn't have the pop and energy that we normally have.
All right, next on Lamar Basketball with Tick Price, we'll talk with a former Cardinal who's now running the show. No, check that. We'll talk to a former Lamar Cardinal who's now a Cardinal again, but on the bench coaching this team next.
I'm Bob Wortham, your district attorney and a Lamar graduate. Basketball and law enforcement have a lot in common. To have a winning basketball program, all players must work together. To have a safe and successful community, all citizens must work with law enforcement. If you witness a crime, report your facts immediately. If you receive a jury summons, don't look for a way out. Take the opportunity to serve. Let your voice be heard. Let's all work together for a safe Jefferson County.
Hey Lamar basketball fans, how would you like a free car wash? When the Cardinals win this week, you also win. Bring your ticket stub from a winning game to Kinsel Toyota before the Cardinals' next home game and receive a free car wash. When the Cardinals win this week, you win a free car wash from Kinsel Toyota, a proud supporter of Lamar basketball. Kinsel Toyota and Lamar basketball, a winning combination. Let's go Cardinals.
Two powerful teams are now one. Lamar men's basketball and Howell Furniture, a winning combination. Howell Furniture is a proud sponsor of Lamar University basketball with Coach Tick Price. Go Cards!
Brendan Chappelle's in his first season as an assistant coach under Tick Price. Appreciate you being here today.
No problem. Appreciate being here.
All right, so you were a former Lamar Cardinal player. You went to Ozan High School. What has it meant to you to be able to come back to the Golden Triangle?
It's unbelievable. It's nothing like being at home, especially when I've been out. I've been a few places, and then being able to come back home, you cherish it a little bit more.
You've gotten a taste of being a coach by traveling a little bit. Coach and I have always talked about how coaching is a lot like television. You kind of move around in different areas to find your niche and where you want to be. You've been to Northern Arizona, right?
Correct.
And then Fort Smith, Arkansas, Fort Smith.
Correct.
What did you learn on the road there?
Just different parts of the country, different coaching styles, and being here, playing at Ozan, playing at Lamar, you know, it was real familiar to me. And then going out, seeing how other people do it differently, really learned a lot from that.
You played under Billy Tubbs. How was that experience?
It was good. He came in, you know, had a lot of history, well known, and he came in to bring some of the energy back. And so it was a lot of excitement going on, and I was happy to be a part of it.
Anything you remember in particular about Coach Tubbs? Because he can be a little outspoken. He can be very animated, right?
Yeah, he is. He's very demanding. He's very similar to Coach, you know, really get after it in practice. But one of the main things I remember, if we score 100 points, the fans get free chicken.
You can't beat that, right?
No, I can't beat that.
Sounds great. Quickly, you were one of the top three-point shooters. You live behind that three-point line. Mm-hmm. Are you in charge of coaching the guys on the three-point shot and on how they should attempt those shots and look for those shots?
Well, just try to help them out as much as I can. Coach Bailey and I, we kind of work with the guards and just have them just do things, game reps, and you know, just really push them hard to do what they have to do.
All right, Brandon Chappelle, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
When we come back, we'll hear from Colton Weisbrod, the Lamar leading scorer, right after this.
Hat maker Vincent Brimble prospered in the town of Hattington. Never flashy, he only made the classic bowler. Then suddenly the day's trend became preposterously tall. His Raymond James financial advisor reminded him that focusing on the long term is always fashionable. The fad was indeed a passing one. His patience paid off, allowing him to one day hang up his hat with confidence. Life well planned. See what a Raymond James advisor can do for you.
In 1969, Walter Humphrey started a firm built on hard work.
Getting hardworking people the justice they deserve.
We fought for those who've been harmed by asbestos, benzene, and silica and beat big tobacco.
We represent the injured and wrong, including fighting for workplace safety, fair hours, and wages.
Over 40 years of hard-working values, and that's the way it's going to stay.
14 board-certified attorneys and named one of the best law firms in America.
Provost Humphrey, hard-working lawyers for hard-working people.
Hey Lamar basketball fans, how would you like a free car wash? When the Cardinals win this week, you also win. Bring your ticket stub from a winning game to Kinsel Toyota before the Cardinals' next home game and receive a free car wash. When the Cardinals win this week, you win a free car wash from Kinsel Toyota, a proud supporter of Lamar basketball. Kinsel Toyota and Lamar basketball, a winning combination. Let's go Cardinals.
Well, Lamar's leading scorer, Colton Weisbrod, fresh off a 38-point effort to Central Arkansas, is with us now. Welcome. Appreciate you coming back. You know, I know last year we had talked about your journey from New Orleans to college in Port Arthur, Lamar State College in Port Arthur, then to Lamar. As you look back on that now, as you're going to be done here after this season, which is hard to believe, seems like you're only at Nederland not long ago. What kind of emotions come to your mind at this point, or is it too early to even think about emotions?
I mean, there's still, you know, I still have hopefully the best part of my career here, you know, with the team. Hopefully we can come out with, you know, a conference title and continue winning. But I mean, at this point, it's been one heck of a journey, you know, and to make it back here and get to play in front of family, friends, you know, get to be here with Coach Price, you know, it's been an amazing journey up to this point.
You know, Coach talked about the hard work you put in over the summer. What kind of days were you, look, you're a family guy. I mean, does the wife ever get on you about, hey, you're at the gym way too much or what?
We definitely had it out a couple of times, but not in a negative way. Right. I mean, I spent, you know, a lot of time in the gym this summer, and you know, she knew, and she's on our team, my team. You know, she wants the best for me, and she knew that, you know, to get where I wanted to be, it was going to take, you know, days, nights in the gym. So she was on board with that.
You already had one child. Now you have two children. Congratulations on that. New baby, boy or girl?
Boy.
Boy, okay.
Yes, sir.
So you have two boys?
Yes.
Two boys, wow. Whew, that should be interesting in the Weisbrod household.
It'll be fun. There'll be some funny stories, I guarantee it.
That's awesome. Well, congratulations on that. You're doing things not the conventional way in college. You know, usually you kind of go through college and then you do the rest of the stuff.
A little bit reverse, yeah.
Yeah, it is. Has it met some challenges along the way?
I tell people this, you know, anytime I'm kind of asked that question, and to be honest, I think going junior college for a year prepared me, you know, so much more than, you know, I expected. going junior college, with the slower pace scheduling and things like that, classes are a little bit easier, and I think having a son that whole year and learning how to be a father and manage my time on and off the court is what really, set up these next 2 years for me.
All right, excellent. Well, Colton, I really enjoy watching you play and continued success as the season wears on, your final season at Lamar.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate it.
You bet. We're going to take a final timeout, but on the other side of the break, we answer our trivia question and preview upcoming Lamar games. All right.
This is electricity. This is a power plant. This is Tim Barkholtz.
That's me.
This is something he's researching at ExxonMobil, using fuel cells to capture carbon emissions at power plants.
This is the potential.
Reducing CO2 emissions by up to 90%, while also producing more power.
This could be big.
Energy lives here.
Hey Lamar basketball fans, how would you like a free car wash? When the Cardinals win this week, you also win. Bring your ticket stub from a winning game to Kinsel Toyota before the Cardinals' next home game and receive a free car wash. When the Cardinals win this week, you win a free car wash from Kinsel Toyota, a proud supporter of Lamar basketball. Kinsel Toyota and Lamar basketball, a winning combination. Let's go Cardinals.
Hi, I'm Susan McCurry.
I'm Roger McCurry, and we love our Lamar Cardinals. Show your support for the team this season.
Come join the fun and find out what a great team we have.
Lamar basketball is the best ticket in town, and the LU spirit is fantastic.
Go Cards!
I'm Bob Wortham, your district attorney and a Lamar graduate. Basketball and law enforcement have a lot in common. To have a winning basketball program, all players must work together. To have a safe and successful community, all citizens must work with law enforcement. If you witness a crime, report your facts immediately. If you receive a jury summons, don't look for a way out. Take the opportunity to serve. Let your voice be heard. Let's all work together for a safe Jefferson County.
All right, Coach, you ready for the Howell Furniture trivia question and answer?
Obviously, let's do it.
Let's do it. All right. Only two Lamar Cardinals have scored 50 points or more in a game. Who are they, Coach?
I know one is Mike James.
Right, Mike James.
I was on that staff.
That's exactly right.
And probably Mike Oliver.
And Mike Oliver. There's our answers right there. James and Oliver. 52 for Mike James, who recently played with Phoenix of the NBA, did it back against Louisiana College in 11. And then Mike Oliver a long time ago, before the three-point line, in 1980.
Yeah, that's shooting the basketball.
That's right.
If you can make 50 points or get 50 points before the three-point line, you're a dead-eye shooter.
And I think Pete Maravich averaged 44 without a three-point line. It's even crazier.
Wasn't his dad the coach?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
He gave him the green light. The ultimate green light.
Yeah, all right, you're right. Well, Lamar has a rare conference Saturday night off, but goes on the road later in the week to play Incarnate Word in San Antonio, Coach.
That'd be tough. It's always tough playing on that court. We got some tough games. We got to get mentally ready and become road warriors quick.
All right, thank you so much for watching the Lamar Basketball Show with head coach Tick Price. For Coach Price, I'm Greg Kerr and Peckham.
Lamar University Basketball with Coach Tick Price. Brought to you by Provost Humphrey Law Firm, ExxonMobil, Kinsel Toyota, Howell Furniture Gallery, Bob Wortham, Raymond James Financial, and Susan and Roger McCurry.